Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the C-Man, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I just did that open like out loud and in my head probably like 3 or 4 times just now, trying to remember exactly how it is I open up videos when I'm sitting at the desk, because I haven't been at the desk for what feels like months, somewhere between 1 and 2 months, I think, since the last time I sat down in this desk. And that's kind of the whole purpose of this video, is to tell you guys where I've been, what I've been up to, and what is hopefully going to be coming for you guys in the coming weeks. So why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat. It's time for a little C-Man update. And yeah, I don't normally talk about my work life. I kind of like to keep that separate from here, because, you know, while I do love my job, there are times where my job can be extremely intensive and it kind of creeps into my personal space, and I hate when that happens. And this is my safety net when I am here, when I'm talking about movies and TV. However, I realized that after this last project, it really kind of knocked me out of whack. Like, the idea of sitting here and talking hasn't even been something that's been in the forefront of my mind, because I've been so focused on what I've been doing work-wise. You see, every 2 years, I get the opportunity to work on the Olympics from the streaming perspective, and work with the team that kind of helps get everything launched on the streaming side so that viewers can consume stuff this time around on Peacock, but also the NBC Sports app and the NBC One app. So I was not in Paris, and I never get to travel to wherever the Olympics are when we're working. The operations squad kind of gets to stay in the building here in Stamford. So here we are, Olympics. If you've never noticed, behind me, I actually have 3 of these bad boys. These are Sports Emmy Awards, and these have all been netted from the Olympics. And I have to say, it's a cool job. It gives me cool opportunities for things like that. And it is a very, very gratifying job. Like, putting on the Olympics and having it be a success is something that is extremely intensive. Like, I work every day for like a month and change, no off days. And when the Olympics are going on, I'm working anywhere from 12 hours to this Olympics. The first week and a half, it was like 15, 16, 17-hour days every single day till we got into like week 2, and then it came down to like 13, 14-hour days. There was just a lot going on this time. So that obviously consumes my entire life when it is happening. And of course, that also includes the buildup in the month before. And on the back end, I went to a Phish festival and took a little vacation to just come back and get right into the Paralympics. So that's kind of where I've been, and it's one of those things. Like I said, it is an extremely gratifying job. I run 25 interns and a team of 15. So for this Summer Olympics, it was 40 people. Winter Olympics, it's like a little bit less than that, like somewhere in the 25 to 30 range of people that I oversee, in tandem with an operational team that also has like 25 plus interns and 20 plus employees. Like, it's like a team of 100-ish folks, and it's an even larger general operation. And I'm very fortunate to get to participate in that. And this time around is real satisfying and gratifying, because all the hard work really paid off. It was a very successful Olympics, especially on Peacock, and the way consumers were watching things through the streaming. It was kind of cool to see that, with things like Gold Zone and Multiview being very, very popular this time around. And those are all things that we touch day to day when we're working on the Olympics. So that was kind of super gratifying, but it takes me away from here. It takes me away from movies. I did get to a few movies because I'm a psychopath. I saw Deadpool twice on the opening Thursday. I got, what else did we see? There was like 2 other movies that I worked in I think Trap was one of the movies that we saw during the games, and there was one other one that I worked in there. But yeah, it does take me away from here. And I'm not going to lie to you, on the back end, I really can't do much of anything. Like, the Monday after, I always end up working, and then I usually take vacation right after that. And I was a zombie all day that day. Tuesday, I was running around doing all sorts of stuff, trying to get home. Wednesday was kind of like my one recoup day before heading to Delaware for 4 nights, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with my buddy Tom, and his cousin and a couple other folks that we knew that were down there, to watch Phish for 4 days during a festival. It was really, really dope. Delaware, in Dover, right by the Dover Speedway. They have, or Raceway, however you NASCAR racing fans would call that. I think it's the Dover Raceway. It's a mile-long track, but right in that area, there's kind of like a wooded woodland type vibe, and they've carved out like a whole place for a festival. It's actually, I believe, where Firefly used to be held, and it was sick. Like, if you take a look at this picture, this is an overhead shot from a drone, where you see the stage is all the way in the back there, and everywhere you see lights, it's pretty much people. You know what I mean? And the lights would change. One of the things I love about Phish, their light shows are so freaking awesome. And all weekend long, the light show and the music was just absolutely insane. You can see it was just a flood of people. There's also like an octagon-shaped establishment in the middle there that I think was like an art installation. But at night, there would be DJs that would play there. And then Sunday, because there was supposed to be rain, they moved everything up. And Questlove was up there, so I got to see that. Like, that was really, really dope. And you can see always a Ferris wheel at a Phish festival. There was a cardboard, you can see over on the left there, a cardboard like town hall that was built that fell down on Saturday because it rained Friday night into Saturday. But it was a really good time. You know, you camp out. I lasted 2 nights of camping in the tent before a spider ran across me, and then I was in the car the next 2 nights. And then when my buddy was breaking down the tent, the only thing I left in the tent was the mat, like the little blow-up mat that I was laying my sleeping bag on top of. And my buddy said when he moved that, he saw the spider run out. And then he texted me this picture when he got home. Apparently the spider survived that whole pack down and made it all the way back to Jersey, where he went to the shore first before he went home. And like, it was like a week later, he unpacked it and it was dead. But you can see, I had never seen anything like that. It was like an orangish red body and super crazy long legs. Freaked the living crap out of me. Like, I forgot the door was mostly zippered, mostly being the key word. That's how the spider got in the first place. Poor form Corey. But I tried to shoot myself out of there, and it was a struggle. I was very, very scared. Spiders are my number one fear in the entire world. So that was a doozy. But like I said, the music and just what we got, like, it's one of those things where I have found for myself personally that Phish tends to pop up exactly when I need them. Last time I saw them was in Atlantic City, which was not too far off the heels of finally starting to kind of work through all of the grief and stuff with my sister and just what had happened to my family and stuff that was going on in my personal life. Like, I had a lot of things to grieve, and I had just kind of been in that mode for a really long time. AC came around 3 nights down the shore on the beach with my boys. Real clean, cleansing kind of experience. Got me kind of reset. And after a run like that month and a half for the Olympics, it definitely was a way to reset myself as a human. Like, it filled me up as a person. And I always think anytime that you were down or you're run down or you're low on energy, filling yourself up from the inside as a person just does absolute wonders. You know, lean into the things that you absolutely love. And while it filled me up as a human, it gave me life back. I was still dead tired because those are long nights, not great sleeps. And I was glad I still had a couple days on the back end before I started going back into work. Then we get it back into work, and it's a lot of catch up and things from being away for so long. And nevertheless, my life for the last 2 months has just been absolutely crazy. Things don't seem to be slowing down, but they're slowing down enough for me to be like, you know what? I think I feel good. I finally cleaned the apartment. That was the other thing, like the Olympics going on. I didn't have time to clean the apartment, and then I wasn't here for like 2+ weeks, and it was a disaster. So to get that kind of reorganized and straightened up made me feel like I could finally sit down and do this, which is tell you guys where I've been. The other thing, obviously, you can see there are some new things here in the studio. I've got some X-Men 97 X-Men toys for the front row. No, I have not watched the show yet. It is on my to-do list, along with the new Batman animated series and The Boys. I'm very behind. I chose to watch The Acolyte, and while I enjoyed that show, I don't think it paid off in the way that those 3 things would have. But I do plan to watch and record myself watching those. So at some point, we'll get to those reactions, because those are certainly 3 things that I love. And when I have a little bit of time and I can sit down and watch some stuff, maybe the next 2 days while I'm off, we'll be getting to those eventually, as I will also be getting to the final reaction to The Acolyte, which I realized I never posted. Like I said, my life got crazy. But outside of the X-Men toys, which, I only remember the original show from the 90s, I haven't watched the new one, we also have some Deadpool stuff. As you can see, we've got Headpool here. He was the first popcorn bucket I got because the Portchester AMC, even though it was a 3 o'clock fan screening, was sold out of the Wolverine popcorn bucket. Problem with Portchester. I love that theater. But you can get into the theater, which is something that I do love sometimes, without having a ticket. You can get into the theater and get to the concession stand and then there are two wings where the theaters are, and there are people there that usually check the tickets sometimes. So people naturally came before the 3 o'clock movie. Were buying it up, and because I was working the Olympics, I couldn't do that. So when I got there, it was sold out. I ended up coming back. So my buddy got me that one because that was still being sold, which I was like, that's freaking dope. Love me some Headpool. Then I came back downtown, used my AMC stub list to buy another ticket that I didn't plan to even use. I was going to go home and go to sleep. But wanted to check the one theater here, the theater at the mall, doesn't get a ton of foot traffic because the mall here in Stanford doesn't get a ton of foot traffic. And sure enough, I was able to secure a Deadpool cup, which is not sitting with me, but I used that all Olympics. They wouldn't let me buy both, which was frustrating, so I didn't get Wolverine, but I do have that pre-ordered to arrive in November from the AMC site. So we're going to get them all eventually. And then while I was also there, they had at the bar this really cool mug that's ceramic that has both Deadpool and Wolverine. So I was like, gotta get me that as well. And then, of course, we did, when we went back to Stanford, get the Holy Grail itself, the Wolverine popcorn bucket. It's absolutely insane. When you talk about the differences between this and, say, the Dune popcorn bucket, the bristles in the Dune popcorn bucket are kind of firm. Like, they're rubber, but they're pretty solid, and they're hard to get your hand out. This one is not. I think it was purposely made to be soft. I think it's supposed to be inviting, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. And the other thing I thought was odd is the tongue is actually textured. So Ryan Reynolds put a lot of thought, or Deadpool put a lot of thought into exactly how to craft the Wolverine mouth to seemingly make it comfortable, which is hysterical and awkward and terrifying all at the same time. But I was so happy because I was so sad when it was sold out. But when I got my hands on it, I was really, really pumped. It's new to the set, so we haven't quite figured out how to get it to sit without, like, rolling. There we go. So I'm so happy to have that there. It replaces a couple other ththings that I had up, but totally worth the swap. And then at some point, you will see the bat signal pop up. I did get that at the 85th anniversary screening of The Batman in the lead up for The Penguin, which is something else we will be watching episode to episode and doing reactions for. That one I'm going to try to stay live with. We'll see how that works, but I do have that over there, and it turns on, and it's absolutely amazing. I sent this video to my buddy the other night because I was like, dude, you have to see. Like, it's not just awesome that it looks like the bat signal and that you can open it up and you can put popcorn inside, but when you turn it on, it lights up the whole freaking room, and it's just absolutely epic. Like, one of my favorite purchases of all time. So yeah, I think that covers the majority of new things that are here. As you can see, the hair is getting much longer. I have a haircut tomorrow, actually, to trim it up ahead of my high school reunion on Saturday. Very excited, 20th high school reunion. So that's coming up for me. And that will also include something that is Ken or Ryan Gosling inspired. I can't wait to post those on the Instagram and socials because I'm very proud of the type of Ken life that I have lived in 2024. It really has been the year of Ken for me. And then we will be gearing up and getting the hair cut to the right length to do Joker at Comic-Con. We're going to do Heath Ledger this time around. Might sneak in a little Joaquin as well. Batman might make the trek with me because I have a hotel room this time, and I may or may not have also bought a different costume that is yet to be revealed, and I'm going to leave that one a surprise. So there you go, man. That's what I've been up to for most of the last month and a half, 2 months. And like I said, what we have coming up, we'll have some reaction series. I think the Penguin will probably be first as far as posting after I get the finale from The Acolyte up. We got to look at The Boys, the new Batman animated series, the new X-Men animated series, which I still haven't gotten to. And then there are going to be some reviews for things that I saw in and around the Olympics. We're definitely going to have a review coming up for Strange Darling. I've also got some other things in the works around that movie, which I think could be pretty cool. Keep your ears peeled for anything in that realm, but that was one of my favorite movies of the year. As soon as I saw it, got a Q&A, which added a lot of great insights, and actually just went and saw it for the second time today. And it's just one of those movies that blew me away, and the rewatchability on the movie is absolutely tremendous. So we're definitely going to have a full review coming for that one. I want to talk about Oddity in a little bit more detail because I wasn't able to talk about that much more than the 1-minute review that I put up. That movie also one of my favorite movies of the year and has arguably the best opening sequence of any movie this year. The only thing that really competes, I think, with it in that realm is Deadpool and Wolverine, because that opening sequence is just magical. So we got those for sure coming. There might be some other reviews. I did one and never got a chance to edit it for Take Me to the Moon, or Fly Me to the Moon. So I think if that hasn't dropped on Apple yet, when it does drop, I'll get that up too. And then we're going to just try to stay up to date. Obviously, we have Beetlejuice dropping tomorrow for a fan screening, so I'll be there for that one at Garden State. If you're in Jersey and in Garden State, come say hello. It's hard to miss me with this blonde hair, and it'll be even more blonde by the time we see it tomorrow night. So yeah, that's where we've been. That's what's going on. I'm happy to kind of be back to normal life, to have seemingly caught up on rest, even though I'm going to be working some early mornings this coming weekend, and with my reunion, it's going to be a mess. But that's the way the world goes sometimes as we kind of close out Paralympic stuff. And yeah, man, that's it. I just kind of wanted to give you an update on where I've been, what we've been doing, and what's coming. So hopefully content is back on the way for you guys. As always, tremendous thank you for all the support that you guys do give me. It's nice to see that even though I only posted a couple videos over the last couple months, they still got good viewership and good traction. So I'm looking forward to doing more full videos, more things coming your way. That's all I've got. Flipping it to you. How you doing? What you been up to? What things in the last couple months have popped for you at the movie theaters? What movies would you like to hear me talk about if I haven't done full reviews on things or missed talking about any movies? Yeah, what do you think of the additions to the studio? What are you excited for me to talk about coming up? And yeah, just let me know how you're doing. I like to know how you guys are doing, because we all go through it sometimes, and I've had some ups and downs, but on the majority, I've been more on the upswing, which is nice. So I hope that's the same for you guys. Anyway, leave all that down below in the comments section. Look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with the C-Man anytime we're talking movies, TV, trailer, reactions, which will all be coming back for you. Got a bunch of reactions that we're going to try to catch up on over the next couple of days. Some very old, some new, some somewhere in the middle. You want to be here for any of that stuff. You just dig the vibe. You want to show a little love and support to the old C-Man. Come join C-Maniac Nation. Super easy. Jump over there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time for the C-Man Cinema. Sit down. I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace. Hey, what's up, C-Maniac Nation? Winter Ken here, where we grow out our roots and our beard, letting you know that you can see some new C-Man videos right up here and right down here. And if you want all those videos and show that man a little love and support, come join C-Maniac Nation right over there, and the C-Man will catch you on the next one.